always so awkward talking to the camera, but I've been deep in thought today, thinking about how wacky everything is. And, my grandfather was a World War II officer, naval officer. My grandmother escaped Poland before the invasion of Hitler. And I think about them, and I think about their plight, and I think about what America meant to them. And not that it's ever been perfect, but it had good intentions, we'll just say. This idea of this pursuit of liberty and freedom, happiness. And, at the time it was a pretty radical idea, considering that most of the world was under monarchical rule. And I don't know, I'm contemplative on the 4th of July, and I wonder what my grandfather would think about how close we are to accepting fascism. I mean, I think we've been basically under an oligarchy for a long time, but to actually come out and vote for fascism, to vote for a Christian nationalist theocracy, to admit that that is what people actually want. I mean, I think in a sense, freedom comes with a lot of responsibility and self-awareness, and it's not an easy road, like the road to freedom. Road to freedom calls you to question things and to live in truth and to analyze everything around you. If you don't have that critical thinking and that ability to really look at the world around you and deeply analyze it, freedom is really scary, right? And so people look for leadership, people look for guidance, people look for something easy to fall into. Taking a literal interpretation of a religious text is easy. That's easy. That's black and white. There's no gray area, and there's no need for thinking. I mean, there's no need to question. You're given instructions, and that makes things so much simpler. And then you don't have to analyze your decisions, and you don't have to gain self-awareness or insight or go within. And so it's not an easy path. And I think that's why, a good percentage of the population falls into what would be like cult-like behavior, or following blindly different leaders who make promises, because thinking is hard. Critical thinking is challenging. To take apart an argument, to dissect it, to look at it, to see if it's a valid position, and then on top of that, as a scientist, as a philosopher, deconstructing a statement or an argument, and then having to change your perspective if new information is brought to the table that sheds light on your point of view, that calls your point of view into question. To be in truth and integrity, to be ethical, is to accept graciously that maybe you were wrong. And that takes a lot of confidence and self-awareness, and that's a lot of work. So people wonder how people can fall into these traps, and how people wouldn't fight for freedom, or are comfortable just folding and following what is told to them, and giving up their rights. And because there's no responsibility, you can not have to answer for your own actions. You can, I guess that's it. You can blame the guidance that you've been following for your bad decisions. You can defer to authority. Like the Nazis said, I was just doing my job. I was just doing what I was told to do. And where is the moral compass? If you blindly follow, you don't have to have one. So it's much less work. I guess that's it. Yeah. Have a day. A good day, I guess.